Okay, Transformers fans, it's time to strap on your thinking caps and go beyond the basics with the 2024 edition of the Matrix Test, the annual Transformers quiz I write for UK convention TF Nation. It's 5 rounds of trivia and puzzle solving that you can tackle on your own or as a team, so get ready to write your answers down, and we'll begin. Round 1 is the connections round. 5 questions, 40 seconds to solve each one. In each question, 4 names or words or phrases will appear one after the other, and you just have to figure out the connection between all 4. You'll hear 3 beeps to count you in, so let's begin. Fire strike. Hard shell. Trail cutter. Silver streak. What do those 4 names have in common? Here comes question 2. The moon. A coal mine. A fiery pocket dimension. And the bottom of the ocean. Question 3. Aqua. Sky. Shock. And thunder. What links those 4 words? Here comes question 4. Warpath. Cliff jumper. Slash mark. And lug nut. Last question of the round, question 5. Scrounge. Crankcase. Scatter spike. And Devastar. And that's the end of round 1. We're going to move right on into round 2, which is called Rhyme Time. In this round, you'll see a picture of one character and a text clue describing another character. And the trick is that both characters' names rhyme. You have to name both of them to get a point. 5 questions, 3 beeps, here we go. Question 1. Shockwave's Autobot alter ego in Transformers Animated. Identify the bot in the picture, figure out who the text clue is describing. Those two names rhyme. You gotta write both of them. Question 2. This Decepticon clone transforms into a puma. Yep, puma, that's how we say it over here. Puma, if you prefer. Question 3. The Autobot formed from the combination of Gasket and Grommet. Here's question 4. One of Blaster's partners, who's also gone by the name Flashback. You know Blaster's partners, you got Steeljaw, you got Ramhorn. Well, this one has also been known by the name Flashback. Their real name rhymes with the name of the bot in the picture. And lastly, question 5. The leader of the Auto Rollers from Beast Wars 2nd. Round 3 is the sequences round. I think this one is probably the hardest in the whole quiz. Similar to the first round, you're going to see 3 names or words or phrases appearing in a specific order. And you have to figure out what comes fourth in that order. No points for just figuring out what the sequence is. You need to get that fourth one to score. Let's start with question 1. Coward. Egomaniac. Suck up. And what comes fourth in that sequence? It's not just 3 things that are connected in some way, it's a specific order. What comes fourth? Question 2. Non-biological. Extraterrestrial. Species. And what's fourth? In the interests of fairness, I will note there are technically 2 possible answers to this one. Question 3. Minicon. Supercon. Maxcon. And figure out the fourth. Question 4. Tunnel vision. Triangulation. Triage. And what's fourth in the sequence? And lastly, question 5. Shockwave. Night beat. Hot rod. And what character's name is fourth in the last sequence of the round? Round 4 is one I call compound words. Like in round 2, you're going to see a picture and a text clue describing 2 different characters. Sometimes the picture's going to be on the left and the text clue will be on the right. Sometimes the text will be on the left and the picture will be on the right. But the answer to the clue on the left always ends with the same word or syllable or sound that the clue on the right starts with, and you have to smash them together to make one word. I promise it is simpler than it sounds, but here are some examples just to be clear. Example number 1. In the picture is Clawjaw from Beast Wars. Then the text clue, in Transformers Earthspark, this gentle Terran had trouble picking an alt mode. That describes Jawbreaker. So the answer is Claw, Jaw, Breaker. You get it? Here's a second example. Flipping the order, text clue on the left. This bounty hunter was the villain of 2014's Age of Extinction. That's Lockdown. And in the picture on the right is Downshift from Transformers Cybertron. So the answer is Lock, Down, Shift. You see? Straightforward. Here we go with question 1. The leader of the Generation 1 Predacons. So, identify the bot in the picture. Their name ends with the same sound or syllable or word as the answer to the text clue starts with. Smash them together, make one compound word. Question 2, flipping the order. This Terran from Transformers Earthspark transforms into an owl. That character's name ends with the same word or syllable or sound that the character in the picture's name starts with. Smash them together. You get it by this point. Question 3. Decepticon husband of Esmeril from Transformers Victory. Question 4. To escape the horrors of war, this Autobot pretender spends his life in a fantasy world. Last one of the round, question 5. This female Decepticon is a member of the elite Cobalt Sentries. Our final round, round 5, is Bot or Not. There's still everything to play for in this one, as there are 15 questions, but you only get 10 seconds for each one. You're going to see a name, and you just have to tell me if that is the name of a real Transformer or not. No dilly-dallying, let's launch into it with question 1. Effect. Is Effect a real Transformer's name? Big Bang. Autotron. Terrafant. Torox. Sandmaster. Roadmaster. Dozer Master. Atomic Freeze. Major repair. Nofka. Sunyak. Sardank. Zoomer. And our final clue, motor mix. That's the end of the matrix test. So take a moment to compose yourself, and now we're going to look at some answers. Okay, round 1, question 1, answer 1. Firestrike, Hardshell, Trail Cutter, and Silver Streak. What connects all of those? They are all replacement names used for characters after Hasbro lost the trademark on the original. Firestrike is Fireflight, the aerial bot. Hardshell is Bombshell, the Insecticon. Trail Cutter is Trail Breaker. And Silver Streak is Blue Streak. Good news is, though, they've regained the trademarks on all the original names at this point, except for Fireflight. Question 2. The moon, a coal mine, a fiery pocket dimension, and the bottom of the ocean are all the locations of Decepticon bases in different Transformers series. The moon in Transformers Armada. I was thinking of Transformers Animated when I wrote a coal mine, but the Decepticons also had a coal mine base in the Marvel comic. A fiery pocket dimension was in Transformers Cybertron, and the bottom of the ocean, of course, the original Generation 1 cartoon. Question 3. Aqua, Sky, Shock, and Thunder can all be followed by the word blast to make a Transformer's name. Aqua Blast, the water-shooting, colour-changing stormtrooper from 1993. Sky Blast from Transformers Energon. Shock Blast, the replacement name for Shockwave due to trademark loss, also most prominently seen in Transformers Energon. And Thunder Blast from Transformers Cybertron. Question 4. Warpath, Cliffjumper, Slashmark, and Lugnut are all characters voiced by David Kaye. Warpath, Cliffjumper, and Lugnut in Transformers Animated, Slashmark in Robots in Disguise 2015. And lastly, question 5. I really like this question. Scrounge, Crankcase, Scatterspike, and Devastator are all scavengers. Crankcase was a member of a group called the Scavengers in IDW's More Than Meets the Eye comic book. Scatterspike was also a member of a group called the Scavengers in Robots in Disguise 2015. Scrounge was an early name for the Generation 1 Constructicon Scavenger, which did accidentally slip into the episode Heavy Metal War. He's actually called Scrounge on the air in that episode. Here, take a listen if you don't believe me.
Careful, Scrounge! This volcano isn't inactive!
And Devastator is the Japanese name of Transformers Armada Scavenger. They're all scavengers. Round 2, question 1. In the picture is Strong Arm from Robots in Disguise 2015. Shockwave's Autobot alter ego in Animated was Long Arm, so it's Strong Arm and Long Arm. Question 2. In the picture is Bounce, a minicon featured in Rescue Bots, and the Decepticon clone who transforms into a Puma or Puma is Pounce. Bounce and Pounce. Question 3. The picture shows Slog, one of the Dinobots from the Age of Extinction toy line, a replacement name for Sludge, because they didn't have the trademark on Sludge at the time either. Meanwhile, Gasket and Grommet are the two mini-vehicles who came with the Generation 1 Fortress Maximus toy, who combined to make a robot named Cog. Slog and Cog. Ooh, question 4. You might think the bot in the picture is Hardshell from Transformers Prime, but it's not. It's his repaint, Bomb Shock. And Blaster's partner, who's also named Flashback, is Blockrock. Blockrock was the partner figure included with the Transformers Universe Blaster toy, but for some reason the bio on the toy's packaging called him Flashback, Bomb Shock, and Blockrock. Last question of the round, question 5 in the picture is Deathbringer from the Marvel comic book, while the leader of the Auto Rollers from Beast Wars 2nd is Auto Stinger. Deathbringer and Auto Stinger. Round 3, question 1. Coward, egomaniac, suck-up, liar. These are the attributes of the 4 Starscream clones from Transformers Animated, as listed off by the 5th clone Slipstream in their introductory episode.
He's a coward, he's an egomaniac, he's a suck-up, he's a liar!
Question 2. Non-biological extraterrestrial species, treaty. This is what the acronym NEST stands for, the Joint Transformer Human Strike Force from the live-action movies, though they never actually say that on screen. I did say there were 2 possible answers to this one. The other acceptable answer is team, which was used in at least one piece of promotional media for the film. Treaty, or team. Question 3. Minicon, Supercon, Maxcon. The 4th one is Gigacon. These are the price points, or the size classes, of the Transformers Armada toy line. 20 years ago, before we had Core Class, Deluxes, Voyagers, and Leaders, we had Minicons, Supercon, Maxcons, and Gigacons. Question 4. Tunnel Vision, Triangulation, Triage, and Toxicity. These are the titles of the Transformers Prime Iacon Relic Hunt 4-parter, a storyline that happens in the middle of the 2nd season of that show, a 4-part story where all of the 4 episodes occur at the same time as each other. Just a simple 4-part story. What's the 4th episode? It's Toxicity. And lastly, Shockwave, Nightbeat, Hot Rod, and the 4th is Six Shot, because these are the first 4 Spotlight one-shots released by IDW Publishing. Moving on to round 4, question 1. In the picture is, of course, Air Razor from Rise of the Beasts, while the leader of the Generation 1 Predacons is Razor Claw. So the answer is Air Razor Claw. Question 2, flip in the order. This Terran from Transformers Earthspark transforms into an owl. That's Nightshade, while the Decepticon in the picture is Shadelock from Robots in Disguise 2015. So the answer is Nightshade Lock. Question 3. The picture is of, believe it or not, Megadeth, a Decepticon from the 1991 Transformers UK Annual, while the Decepticon husband of Esmeralda from Transformers Victory is Deathsaurus. Megadethsaurus. Question 4. The Autobot who spends his life in a fantasy world is Sky High, one of the Pretenders from 1988, who was given that characterization in the profile that Dreamwave Productions wrote for him. In the picture, meanwhile, is Highbrow from Transformers Animated, so it's Sky High Brow. And lastly, question 5. In the picture is Thunderhowl from Transformers Cyberverse. And the female Decepticon, who's a member of the Cobalt Sentries, is Howlback, an eHobby exclusive blue repaint of Ravage. So the final answer in this round is Thunderhowlback. And our final round, Bot or Not. Effect is a Transformer, one of the many Minicon recolors available in Japan's Micron Booster series. Big Bang is also a Transformer. He was designed to be the new Autobot leader for the Japanese toy line in 1991, but they wound up not producing him and bringing Optimus Prime back instead. But Big Bang has appeared in modern comics, so he did become real. He did become a real Transformer. Autotron is not a Transformer. He's from a toy line called Robotron. Terrafant sounds like it could maybe be a Transformer, but it's not. It's from Micronauts. Torox is a Transformer. It originated as the Italian market name of the Generation 1 Predacon Tantrum, but because Hasbro have lost the trademark on Tantrum's original name, now he's called Torox in English-speaking markets as well, in the Creo line and in Power of the Primes. Sandmaster isn't a Transformer, he's a Zybot, while Roadmaster is a Transformer, an original character designed by Alex Milne for IDW's More Than Meets the Eye comic. There's also a Power Core combiner called Roadmaster in the Japanese version of that toy line. And in keeping with that theme, Dozer Master is a Transformer. They're also a Power Core combiner from the Japanese version of the line, United EX. Atomic Freeze is a Transformer. They're a Botbot who transforms into a slushie. Major Repair sounds like he could be a Botbot, but he's not a Transformer, he's a Mysterian. Nofka, not a Transformer, a figure released in the Converters line, which I'm sure a lot of you will recognize as being based on the SDF-1 Macross from the Macross anime, or Robotech if you're that old. Sunyak, also not a Transformer, another toy from the Converters line, based on the Nike mecha from the Super Dimension Century Orgus anime. Which means Sardank is a Transformer, he's a Botbot who transforms into a stinky tin of sardines. Zoomer is not a Transformer, he's from the toy line Powertron. And lastly, Motor Mix is a Transformer. He's the Autobot recolor of Mixmaster, released as part of the Transformers collaborative toy line in 2022. Those are all the answers. The top possible score is 35, so leave a comment below with your score, and let's see who comes out on top.